Hello, Renee Flamont here. You guys, this question is a loaded one, and the answer is equally as loaded. I get asked this so much. How did they move on so quickly? I'm over here in pain, and they look happy. And eventually, what the person against whom they found someone new, we surmise, oh, it must have been going on while I was still with them. That is most likely 99.9% true. Regardless, it really does start quickly with the narcissist, just like it started quickly with you. They seem to dive right in and start with the love bombing. Let me explain to you why. And in order to grasp this, we have to stop thinking about this with our brain and think about it with theirs. You're thinking as a non-disordered, healthy-minded individual, right? So you're thinking, that's impossible. I would never move on. We were in love. We were together 10 years, 2 years, 30 years. How can they just turn around and blah, 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 blah? Don't you need time to get over it? Those are all normal questions from a non-disordered person. A person with this narcissistic kind of brain is, they go forth and all they know in their loins, in their brain, in their fiber of their being is, I need supply. I need to be worshipped. I need something right now. I need it. I need a Band-Aid. I need. And they go out and they zero in on a target that seems amenable to that, and they start the love bombing. And boom, they're in another relationship. But you have to remember, just like with you, I'm sorry to say this out loud, but just like with us, the love bombing didn't mean anything. It doesn't with the new person either. So you're thinking, oh, but they look really happy. It looks real. They posted on but if they indeed are toxic or disordered in this way, they can maneuver through life from one to another, to another, to another. You'll also see them have, everyone's their best friend. Everyone's their best friend. And they tout how close they are to all these people. And there's always a new friend and a new crowd and a new, because they love bomb everybody to gain their favor, whether it's in a friendship capacity, whether it's in a romantic capacity, whether they're so far up the nose of the people, it's disgusting. But they gain favor because they're putting on an act. Well, anyone can put on an act. Think of yourself. You could go out right now, heartbroken, right? Well, not that you could because you're heartbroken and you're non-disordered. But say you put on an act today to someone else and pick someone and started love bombing them. You could get them fall in love with you too and look like you moved on quickly. But you don't, because you're a healthy-minded individual who takes time to process what you just went through. A narcissist doesn't do that, because none of what they're going through or experiencing means the same as it does for you. For example, a new relationship, whether or not they're dousing this person with love bombing without any regard for if they are being genuine, without any regard for if they're eventually going to hurt this person's feelings, which a narcissist knows every single thing that is going to blow up. But right now they need supply. They're on the outs with you, and they just broke up with you, or you broke up with them. They're out in the world alone. They can't be alone. So why they move on so fast? They didn't in their heart. They're just bouncing through life. They're bouncing. Boop, boop, boop. And wherever they land, they land. And whoever is starting to accept what they are giving, they're going to land there for a while, aren't they? Right? For as long as the new person is accepting of it. Right? And who knows what makes it blow up in that relationship, but it will. Just wait. Seems like they move on so quickly to new supply because you're still in pain over here. But he loved me madly 6 months ago. Okay, and now he has somebody else thinking he loves them madly. Notice I said, has someone else thinking they love them madly. They didn't turn around and fall flat on their face in love and it just was you and he didn't work out, or you and she didn't work out. They navigate their lives in a way that they have people around them who worship them. If they found someone else who is doing so, they're going to make that person feel like they are the most important thing in the world to them. And boom, now they've moved on quickly. And here's their new mate. You guys, it doesn't mean that they're happy now or they're going to live happily ever after. They moved on quickly because they were desperate for the attention and love and accommodation they get from people. And they need a new person to do that because you've now cut them off, discarded them, broke up with them. They broke up with you. However it ended, doesn't matter for this topic. They move on so quickly because they can, and they orchestrate it as that. All you have to do is sit and love bomb someone. Not, it wouldn't work on me anymore, and some of you in the audience, we've talked about this, are healed, and you'd see it a mile away now. But I was broken for many years and succumbed to many a love bombing from many a narcissist because I didn't get healed. Now I understand this. So if somebody came to me and started to love bomb, I'd go, does that work on people? Does that comment work on people? Do you usually get success with that? And I would probably sound naughty like that. I probably would. Because if I assess, and I think I can tell within a few minutes. But if I assess that there's something awry, or I assess that there's no possible way you could be feeling those flattering things you're saying within 30 seconds, I'm calling you out. And you're going to scurry away and realize that you can't. There's nothing. I'm not easy in that way. You're not going to. I used to be. I would hear it and I trusted people. Automatically assumed. I walked around the earth assuming everybody was good intentions, good heart. It was quite an education when I realized that that is simply not the truth. And these people are not that way. They're not walking around with good intentions. They didn't fall in love with you and then the next person so quickly. They were never in love ever. The narcissist that I referred to that I had before this channel was married twice for 15 years and had kids with both. Neither one meant anything. Cheated the whole time, both marriages, throughout. Hundreds of people. Told me right out. Now, how you go through life like that is beyond me, but I can guarantee you every single time he wooed somebody, there was love bombing, and it looked like he moved on from the last person that he broke. I think that's a trail of a lot of broken hearts. Because if a married person is behaving that way, they're wooing all these people with a reason. They're saying something to woo them. What do you think they're saying? Oh, I'm getting divorced. We're unhappy. You're the one I want. When the evidence shows that they say that to so many people, it doesn't to me mean that they moved on. I don't see it as a narcissist moves on. I see it as they bounced into the next situation where they will exist until that one blows up. So yes, it looks like they move on. It looks like it. But that's because marriage doesn't mean as much to them as it does to you. Children doesn't mean as much to them as it does to you. These are things that happen in their life. They're not moved to marry somebody by their heart. In this case, the cat married because he had to. Right? So at least the second one got pregnant. I think the first one too. And that's fine, whatever. People go through life and do their thing. But I don't want you lamenting over your narcissist is moving on and how could he? It's because nothing means that much to them. I know that's hard to hear because you want to think that you meant something. They paused with you. He paused with me because I gave him something that he needed. Whether it's you ate up what they were serving you, whether you give them a place to stay, whether you stroke their ego and say nice things back, right? And the second I became too difficult and inquiring, that was going to end. That was going to kill that. And I'm so glad it did. You guys, they don't move on so quickly in the way that you think. It's not a genuine moving on. It's just their whole life is appearances only, and they just bounce from one thing to another. It's not as genuine as if you move on. I think that's what we all think. They're moving on. They seem in love. You're thinking of yourself with a healthy brain. If you did move on and did fall in love, it would mean so much in the world because you regard it as sacred. They do not. They do not regard it with the same seriousness as you do. Please keep that in mind and don't let it bother you. I know it's hard. Min's gonna climb over pillows. I know it's hard. I know it is. I know it's painful to watch, but I'm telling you, if you think of it in terms of their brain can't function the same way that you do, and love and marriage and coupledom and vacations and pictures online are just things that are happening in their life for the moment. Just wait.